Hare Krishna. My name is S.M. Katti and initiated name is Shree Madhav Das. And I have been connected with this Jew temple since last about 16 years. The topic for today's discussion is, why am I in misery? Perhaps this is a very important topic, and all of us who are in this material world can speak about this topic in volumes, because every one of us are in misery. So in order to understand this in a true sense, we have to refer to some absolute Shastra, and Bhagavad Gita is considered to be a manual for the human life. And what the Supreme Lord, who is the speaker of this Bhagavad Gita, has to say about this material world. So in this material world, when we take birth from our mother's womb, and from the womb to tomb, if we just analyze our life, it's full of misery. Even the birth itself is a miserable condition, and it's a misery. And then when we finish our job here, when we have to leave, and that is also a miserable condition, and in between we suffer so much. So individually, all of us, if we go inside our heart and just find out, is there any real happiness in this world? So the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This material world is miserable place, and it is called as Dukkhalayam. In this world, it's a full of dukkha, full of misery. Everywhere you go, there is a misery. Just like if we go to Pustakalaya or a library, we find everywhere books, Pustak Alaya. Similarly, if you go to Himalaya, you find everywhere Hima, the ice. Similarly, this is place, it's called as Dukkhalaya. We find everywhere dukkha. Now the basic question is, why am I in misery? Because we are in the place of misery. And the reason for every one of us being in miserable condition is, the root cause for this is, we have left the peaceful Vaikunta and have fallen because of our own desires and greed. We have fallen into this material world. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Mame amshe jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakritistani karshati. Every living being which are on this material world is part and parcel of me, Lord Vishnu says. But because of the desire, because of their mind and the senses, every jivatma is struggling in this material world for existence. So how to attain a peace? Only by knowing this, and only by knowing Krishna, only by knowing who am I, and by knowing the connection between me and the Supreme Lord, or spiritual eternal Father, and establishing that relationship, one can be happy in this material world. Otherwise, whatever he does, in spite of this, he will never be happy. And that is the verdict of the absolute Shastra, that's Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Hare Krishna.